Favorite Kane moment for me, him and Shane McMahon. Like I said, jumper cables.
Mm.
Jumper cables. The big red monster. Um, his heel work back in the 2000s. How he set JR on fire. Him and Kane. Remember, Kane and Shane, they were chasing the back of the limo. And remember what Shane put? I think it was like a 2x4 in that wheel, and he yelled, "Hey buddy, have a nice ride." And Kane, we mentioned Linda McMahon. Remember how he tombstone Linda McMahon on the steel?
Mm.
The big red monster, the big red machine. Him and Big Show, they were a really good tag team duo when they were the tag team champions. I would love to see Kane with more championship as the heavyweight championship. I would love to see Kane have more championship runs. But he was fun. For a guy his size, he could really move. Agile. And you got to give credit to The Undertaker as well. The WrestleMania matches between the two. I just love Kane. And the funny part, him and Daniel Bryan. So Kane also had a humor side as well, even though, but heel Kane in the 2000s, the early 2000s, I love him and JBL. And we all know JBL's heel work in the 2000s.
Mm-hmm.
BRF.
Yeah, definitely my favorite. A moment that deserves its flowers was the SmackDown. It was Rock, Kane, and Hulk Hogan going up against NWO. That promo Kane cut in the locker room. The millions of Rock's fans, 20,000 Hulkamaniacs, 20,000 Canaanites. And you see Rock in the back talking about like Canaanites. and then just finishing it off and doing the whole Hogan thing. What you gonna do, bro? And he's doing the Hogan flexes and everything. And I'm just like, people just don't understand like the range Kane has as a character, like his comedic range and the serious range. But all seriousness though, my favorite Kane moment is that entire 2003 heel run after he lost the mask. That was some of the most diabolical work I have ever seen a heel put in. I am still mad to this day. They did not put the World Heavyweight Championship on him. I am still mad at that. I'm talking about the work they could have got out of him, the magic they could have got if they put the World Heavyweight Championship on him at the time. Because even though he lost the mask, this was still peak athletic 6'10", 323. This is still peak athletic Kane without the mask. So this Kane with the World Heavyweight Championship would have just done some wonders. And I am still upset to this day. They did not put the World Heavyweight Championship on him. They didn't put a World Heavyweight Championship on him until they put down the watered down version of it on SmackDown. And by then, Kane was already hitting the point where he was nowhere near what he was then. Like a 2003 run with the World Heavyweight Championship would have hit so much harder and would have done so much more as far as like, boosting his legacy. I mean, he's one of the greatest big men in the history of the business. Don't get it wrong. But a heel World Heavyweight title run with that with that '03 turn after he lost the mask, it would have fed so many generations. I'm still mad to this day. They did not put the World Heavyweight Championship on him during that '03 heel run. I think that is my favorite Kane anything of all time. Just the work he put in after he lost that mask was some of the craziest stuff I've ever seen. But you know what? It added to the aura of the character and made him that much scarier. And it's just, we still talk about him to this day. That's how good '03 maskless heel Kane was. That's just how good he was. We still talk about it to this day.
Big fella.
Number one, before I get started, shout out to Taylor Townsend. Had a major upset today in the tennis tournament in the U.S. Open. So shout out to Taylor Townsend.
Mm.
Shout out to Taylor Townsend. Look, my favorite Kane moment was when he debuted. That's got to be Kane. That's got to be Kane. And look, Kane was at his best when he first got to the WWE. Because remember, during his matches, they didn't even turn the lights on. It was like when Kane came out, then they fought him, with the exception of when he fought The Undertaker. Remember, the whole arena used to be red.
Mm-hmm.
The whole arena, and it just added to the aura. Even when he fought Mankind, the arena was just red. I mean, when he went up against the monsters, Vader and guys like that, that's when they turned the lights on. Like, okay, this going to be the match. Is this going to be the match where he beats, where Kane finally goes down? Because remember, Vader gave him all that he could have. He power bombed him, power drived him, hit him with a Vader bomb. I mean, he did everything that he could. It did, he hit Vader in the face with that wrench. But yeah, I mean, when the lights used to dim and that whole arena used to be red, that was my favorite Kane moment. And I think when they start to humanize him a little bit too much, that's when he lost his luster. That's why, to piggyback on UBRS, I loved it when he became that monster heel once again. When he was just indestructible, when you could just do everything to him, and it's just like he just kept on going. I gotta say the first blood match during his first world title, although it was very uneventful, but I have to say that was it, because I thought that they was gonna just let Stone Cold stay over during that point in time. But remember, but you gotta remember the stipulation on that match if he would have lost that match. So so I don't think that would have worked out too much.
Nah, we didn't need a man doing what Kane would have done to himself if he had lost that match. Yeah, no.
I don't think that would have worked out. All the Inferno matches were memorable. All of them. I mean, and I think that the very, very last one, which we haven't seen one since, I don't know if anybody noticed that or not. The last Inferno match that we saw was against him and MVP.
No, it was him and Bray.
It was him and Bray?
It was, yeah. They called it a Ring of Fire match, but it was Bray Wyatt's first pay-per-view match.
Okay. But we don't see too many of them Inferno matches. Because remember, he pushed MVP back first in there. So he pushed him back first in there.
It was the him and MVP. It was the last match with the Inferno match rules where you had to light somebody on fire to win.
Yeah. So what was the rules between him and Bray Wyatt? I don't remember.
It was just a regular one-on-one match, but they was just in a ring of fire. Like you could win by pinfall or submission. It was just a regular match, but it was just in a ring of fire. It was just called a Ring of Fire match.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to set nobody on fire, but I remember him. Yeah, I mean, all the Inferno matches were memorable because they found a way for him to lose. The first Inferno match, his hand got set on fire. The second one, his foot got set on fire. When he faced Triple H in the Inferno match, his glove caught on fire. It was just like, damn. And then he finally won one against MVP. People didn't understand that. He's facing Kane in his type of match. Yeah, but he lost all three of them. He's lost all three of them. Kane is 0-3. Kane is 1-4. It is 1-3 in Inferno matches. So
let's also not forget Kane and Snitsky.
That was very cringe, and I just don't ever relive that ever again, especially when that
it wasn't my fault.
I never forget when that. I never forget when that damn Snitsky came out there and booted that damn doll in that damn. Booted that damn doll.
That scared the hell out of me. I'm like, I know this motherfucker ain't putting a real baby in the air.
I mean, drop kick the shit out of it. I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, he went full on rugby punting that little. We full on rugby punted that little baby doll in the fans. Like, oh my god,
That would be the most craziest thing ever, man. But to wrap it up, man, Kane, all the Inferno matches, his world title match, all the all the messing with the Undertaker all the time, especially when he interfered with that match between him and Vince McMahon. Because I remember
The first Buried Alive match, I believe it was Survivor Series.
oh
03, 03, yeah.
Man, hey, BRF, you know this old saying. That's the way that the Undertaker beat Vince McMahon. That is the definition of getting beat like you stole.
Remember how he hit Mr. McMahon in the head with the shovel?
Jesus Christ.
And the first punch he landed on Vince, Mr. McMahon was busted wide open.
Yeah, I mean the thing was he hit him in the face so hard that he hurt his head. That was the thing, because you saw Undertaker's like, damn. And JR brought that up. He said, man, it looks like the dead man just hit the ball so hard that he broke his own hand.
Boy, when Vince McMahon and Shane McMahon wrestled, you could tell they did it for the love of the game, because some of the punishment that they were willing to take just to entertain people, like that buried. I mean, what Undertaker did to Vince McMahon in that Buried Alive match was criminal, boy. If Undertaker did that to him, like out on the street, boy, he'd have went to jail.
Well, a minimum of 10 years. A minimum of 10 years.
Yeah,
that was crazy. But Kane, thank you, Mayor Kane. I will say, Mayor Kane, thank you for making my childhood great. Now I never vote for your ass, but thank you for making my childhood good.
I did like the Kane and Lita wedding though.
he tombstoned the priest.
Yeah, I loved it.